right.
Hi, I'm Miko Nehman. I'm with Century 21 Hometown Realty.
And I'm April Hugh, and I'm with Century 21 Hometown Realty. And today we have Noah Winkles with New Life Painting.
Yeah.
Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
So are you staying busy?
Yeah, right now it's pretty wild actually. We have 3 different departments at New Life. Okay. So we have a painting department, New Life Painting, which is actually the biggest of the 3 departments, but we also have a kitchen and bathroom remodeling business as well, which I think you've seen some of our stuff.
I stopped in and I was not sure which way I was going to go with my own cabinets, and I stopped in and looked at all the samples. Yeah. It's a nice showroom.
Yeah.
Oh, where's your showroom? Where's it located?
It's on, I'm drawing a blank, Skyway. So it's a 2225 Skyway Drive, and it's right over there by the McDonald's on Betteravia and Skyway. So
It's very deceiving too because it's large, and there's people in there that will go walk you through.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then we also have a restoration, which is like a emergency services like water, fire, mold, things like that. So yeah, there's wonderful. And we, I would say for the restoration, the business has been kind of slow. Everybody's at home during COVID, so not a lot of people are going out of town. So if somebody has a leak, they just turn it off.
So have you done restoration for a long time?
We've been doing it for about 5 years.
Okay.
So that would be the youngest of the 3 departments. Okay. Kitchen and bath has been around for about 18 years, and the painting has been around for 40.
Oh, wow.
With your father starting.
So I was going to say, is this a family started business?
Yes. So my dad started it back in '79, so it's for 42 years. So he'd moved from Orange County to Santa Maria, which is kind of fun. So
Is he retired?
he's retired. Yeah, actually, well, I would say semi-retired. So I actually bought the business from him. So it's basically like a 10-year buyout deal with him. But I've been with the company my whole life basically. But for the last 12 years, been running it. In 5 years, I'd say day to day, doing everything. And so he's been he is in and out quite a bit. He does a lot of the sales training. But overall, I mean, he's got an office. He's rarely there, which is great. I was hoping he'd, golf more and
Your life,
socialize more,
Yeah.
so, which he's doing. So
Your dad used to advertise with way back when one of the offices that we had, and remember we used to hand out maps, and then he used to buy spots on the map.
Oh my
He used
God.
to buy spots from us with ERA. It was ERA. Yeah.
Okay.
ERA is a great place.
We worked there together.
Yes.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Gosh, it goes way back.
Creative
I mean,
Realty. It was Creative Realty.
Yeah.
Creative
ERA.
Realty, and then we merged
That's right.
into ERA Creative Realty, and
I know the couple of people I used to work there. I used to hang out at the office there sometimes. So when I was a kid, but yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Working,
Brings back memories.
yes, it does.
Yeah.
Now,
Very good.
are you kind of seeing trends of paint colors or anything like that right now?
Grays were really big, right? So it's funny. Grays, I've been getting tons of requests, and so it's more white. So off-whites are kind of in what's in right now. So people are even painting the exterior white and the interior white. And we just painted a house, it was extra white, which is, I mean, it's not pick up the can off the shelf. They do add some colorant to it. But we painted the inside and the outside that. And
The same color?
yeah, I didn't think I'd like it. I actually did like it. My wife is actually like, hey, we should paint the inside white. So kind of whites are back in. It's kind of fun.
I like white.
I do too.
I'm a white person.
I do too. I actually didn't like the gray trend. I ended up maybe liking it like the last couple years, but for a while I was like, I don't really like it. It's too cold. But yeah.
That's it's kind of how it's kind of. I mean, grays are pretty and all that, but it was a little depressing. Like I don't know. It's just for me. Like I don't want gray flooring. I don't want gray. A gray kitchen. I want.
Especially being on the coast, right? Kind of, we have gray days here.
Exactly. There we go.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I'm kind of glad that's sort of getting out. It's still around, but it's just not nearly as much as what it used to. So kind of the off-whites is kind of what I see.
Are you seeing any neutrality, neutral tones at all?
We do see neutral tones. Yeah, that's back in. But it's like it seemed like before the grays, it was kind of like the browns and kind of the off orangey colors. Like Tuscan colors.
That's
Yeah, but not so much anymore of those. And so yeah, there's some neutrals, some light tans that are really nice. But I would say it's just when we get a request, it's mainly these whites.
Wow.
Yeah, it seems like it's overwhelming whites.
Interesting.
Yeah, and so even in the cabinets too. You know, we were getting requests to stain cabinets, and then for a while it was grays, and now it's like I don't even think we've painted anything else besides white in the last year.
Oh, wow.
Now, do you have a cabinet portion in the company where you make your cabinets?
So we don't make the cabinets. We actually get them from out of state that we order them, but we could get them custom. The reason why we do that sometimes is just because the finishes that they use out of state are baked on, which just tend to last a little bit longer, lifetime warranty. It's hard to find the baking process in California, so we use out of state supplier that we use, and yeah, it's lifetime warranty. It's really good. So those are for when like we reface or remodel a kitchen. Okay. A lot of people that are, hey, maybe we're getting the house up for sale, or you know, this is what we want to do for the next 5 years, we'll paint them. And so we can do options of painting or refacing or full-on remodel. So
curious.
You might want to look into refacing. She's
Well,
thinking about doing her kitchen, but
I actually really like, we just painted for a little bit, but I was
Yeah.
curious about cost on refacing.
Yeah.
So now is it, I mean, what would you, just your typical kitchen, average amount of cabinets and drawers?
what is an average?
Yeah, what's an average cost for refacing?
I would say, so for painting cabinets, you're looking like 4,000 to 6,000. If you're refacing, it's about double. So, you know, it could be 10 to 12, somewhere around there. And it depends on, you know, the brand that you select. But man, it looks so good and it's so nice. I always tell people, if you're going to stay in your house for a long period of time, save up. Don't paint, just save up and reface. It's honestly a lot better of a deal.
Oh, really?
Than even replacing all of them?
If you like your cabinet, if you like your countertops, you know, you like everything, everything else, I would say just refacing is great. I think it's great. I think it's a great option. Yeah. If you're going to be replacing your countertops and you're going to be redoing your backsplash, you're going to be full on gutting then you obviously replace it. So
you might as well, huh?
Like for my last house, we didn't want to change anything. We liked the countertops. They were maybe 10 years old. They were quartz, so they were pretty nice, you know. So we decided to go down the reface, which we thought was wonderful. I mean, you know, you get soft close, you get, you know, it's you know, so hard to scratch or ding, so which is really great.
Is that baked on finish you're talking about?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
With painting,
You can still scratch it.
Yeah.
Still scratch it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting, right? Like you paint it, and it's when I leave the house, I'm like, okay, please be gentle. You know, don't go. You know, don't be hitting it for 30 days. Try to let it cure as much as possible.
Right.
But you never know. Sometimes you can get scratches within 6 months. Sometimes it could be 7 or 8 years. I mean, it just depends.
Now, are you finding with COVID that you're kind of backed up or delayed with product, or are you just swamped where it's hard to get to people right now too?
Well, it's good right now because we are busy. So, like painting materials, we're good. That's fine. But cabinets, when we do cabinet orders, you know, it's 2 to 3 weeks longer than what it used to.
So it is longer.
So right now, though, our backlog is good enough where we're kind of able to rotate in. So yeah, it's worked out okay. If we were like, hey, we need to start this like bathroom or kitchen right away, we'd run into a problem just because down the road it would be, you'd have to at least wait another 2 or 3 weeks. So it could be a 7-week deal or a 6-week deal before we receive the materials.
So now would you recommend, if say that you are planning to redo all the cabinets and before you even start the job, maybe even order that before?
Before, well, generally, like, the way that I would say that so if we're going to do like a reface or a remodel of some sort, so, we'd come come into the showroom, or we'd go out to you, whatever way you'd prefer. And then, we come up with a drawing we have renderings that we could do, put it up on the computer, we could show you on a TV and what your kitchen could look like. And then from there, then we'd say, hey, is this something you'd want to do? And they would say yes. So then we'd do the ordering. So we'd go back and measure one more time just to make sure everything's right, and then we'd order. Okay. So, and then typically we try to start it where it's like a week before we start demoing. So there's not like
a big lag between demoing and then waiting 6 weeks for it to,
Yeah,
so
you have no kitchen for 6 weeks.
Right.
Yes, exactly. That's so rough, right? No, it's terrible.
Well, that's the whole
Everybody's-
hesitancy on on my part is just the inconvenience.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, I would say one big thing that we try to do is that when we start a job, we don't pull off until the job's complete. I say that the only general delay is when we try to get countertops in. Those are generally, because that's something that we sub out. Everything else we do in-house. Okay. So plumbing, electrical, we do the demo, we install, we do everything except the countertops. So sometimes matching up, you got a template too. So when you put everything in, they got a template, and that's usually the only delay.
So then,
Okay.
do you just have people go to the local granite?
Yeah, we
Places
have a couple
and
people that
Here's
will
where you
send-
should. Okay.
Yeah. And so they'll go take a look, pick it out, and then the installer comes and does that. That's really the only thing that we sub out. So
Okay, that's
Yeah.
really good. How
Do you have certain companies in town that you work with, or?
yeah, I mean, there's a couple granite places. I'm like totally drawing a blank right now, but yeah, yeah. I'm like, I know I need the answer, but yeah, I mean, there's a few that we'll use anybody, but yeah, there's times where we say, hey, check this place out, granite or quartz or whatever.
Okay. Well, I was going to ask, what are you seeing more of, granite or quartz?
Quartz.
Okay.
Yeah.
We've asked this question before, and we're
Yeah.
getting the same answers across the board here.
Yeah.
So,
All day long.
yeah.
Yeah, I really like it. Zero, you don't have to resurface it. You don't have to do anything. It's like you put it in and you're good.
Yeah.
It's really awesome. It's not indestructible, but it's pretty hard to mess up. So
good too.
it's really nice, and they look so good now, right? Have you guys?
Yes.
So good.
Used to look like, oh, I don't really like this, but now it's amazing. So
Yes.
Things are just getting nicer and nicer. I mean, it's
I
just
know.
amazing how things
Yeah.
have come a long way.
it really has, yeah. I like the way they look. I would never. I mean, I wouldn't say never, but generally, I mean, there's like 2 or 3 samples that we have right now that I'm like, oh man, like it'd be between these 3,
Calcutta is a big one, huh?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. And we carry some Cambria lines that are really nice too. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of Cambria quartz, but man,
Nice.
it looks like granite. It's crazy.
Nice.
If that's the look you like.
Well, I'll have to go by the showroom and
it's-
check
it's
out some
fun, yeah.
samples.
Yeah, it's fun.
Get me motivated, you know what I mean? So,
Definitely.
Now, how many people do you have working at?
So right now we're 35.
Oh, that's
so
a
there's
lot, yeah.
35 total of us. Yeah. So.
Juan's still there?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, tell him hi.
I will. I definitely will. Yeah. No, Juan's been with us for a long time. He's a great person. Yeah.
He is a great guy.
Great painter. Yeah. He's I want to say like 8 years now. So yeah, he's been with us for a while. But yeah, we have 35. It's gone up to 49, and it's gone down to 30, 28. When we hit the beginning of COVID, kind of had to let some people go, but it picked back up after that. We're not quite where we were, but yeah.
Well, it's opening back up now, so.
Totally.
Yeah.
yeah.
Now, do you charge to go out and give a bid then too? No?
No, there's no design fee or no painting estimate fee.
And you just help people decide what to do and, great.
Yeah, we like to play the education type deal. I mean, we go out and, hey, this is what we do. This is the proper way to do it. And, if you have any questions, we'd be happy to answer it. And, usually through education, people start to gain like, oh, this person knows. And so, training is big. And so we try to train our guys properly as possible, and for safety and for how to do it correctly. So, we try to treat it like a university at New Life. So.
That's really excellent.
Very good. Now, any advice that you can offer anybody thinking of painting or a remodel?
Painting. Yeah. So, I think, if you're going to do it yourself, I mean, there's lots of videos that you can do, but I mean, it's best to talk to a professional as well.
Right.
Prep is everything. People think that, hey, slapping coat of paint on the wall, that's just what I'm going to do. But they don't know all the prep work that goes into it and the extent of it. How often I get calls from people that say, oh, you know, I just thought I'd, you know, paint the inside of the house, you know, and over the weekend we painted one room. It's like, I need you guys to finish it. It's like, okay, you know. So we get, I would say probably 20% of our calls are from people that thought they could do it themselves. And they probably could, it just takes a long time.
It's difficult when
Yeah.
you're living there and
Yeah.
you're trying to maneuver your furniture and everything around. That was, that's
lot, isn't it?
tough.
Well, it's just a lot of work. The prepping is,
Yes.
for me, that was like, I'm so impatient. I'm an impatient, you know, I'm kind of impatient. So like the prepping was like getting it ready.
But the prepping is what makes the work part
easy. Oh, I know,
I've learned so
I
much here
know.
lately. Yeah.
But again, I would prefer someone professional to do it because
Yeah.
I don't really want to do it. I want to
Yeah,
just,
no.
you know, focus on,
Yeah, you just want to make sure that it's just, you know, you know, of course, it's just like anything else, just licensed, bonded, insured, all that, because people got to get up on ladders.
Yes, sure.
But, you know, there's things to ask contractors that are really good, you know, what type of material do you use? You know, how long is it going to take? You know, do you guys, is this bid going to include, like, you know, some issues that we have is we give a bid, it's for the complete house, but, you know, some people will bid and then say, oh, there's change orders. You know, it's like when we train even our salespeople, it's like change orders is the last thing we want. Like we don't want a surprise, you know. Obviously in kitchen and bath remodeling, add-ons happen all the time. Like where people are like, I was going to keep my backsplash, but now I want to redo it. But, you know, with generally it's like when you want the bid, you just want everything in there, you know. Change orders are they're the worst. Right? I mean, hey, I have this much, you know, everybody has a budget, right? So I want to budget this amount, you know, and then all of a sudden it's like, well, it's going to be extra for that.
yeah.
You want to include everything.
I have one more question
understand.
for you, not on topic here, but have you ever seen where they do the Roman painting on the fireplace bricks? Is it called Roman? It's
Like I've seen like the whitewash type deal where,
no, this is more
Stenciled?
like, it's more like it looks like concrete and it's shiny. Is it called Roman?
I don't know the name of that
Okay.
stencil that I've seen it before.
Okay.
I'm sure we could do it, but you know, I'm sure it just takes a lot of taping and masking off and
Prep work.
prep work, all that prep work.
Not my
right?
favorite.
Yeah. So, yeah.
And I have one question. So would you say that, okay, so there's certain different paints in town, and do you use a specific paint that you feel is better than?
Yeah, I mean, generally we use Sherwin-Williams or Dunn Edwards, and you know, we don't use, you know, anything less than like a 25-year warranty. Most of the time it is lifetime warranty. So if you go to Sherwin, like super paint or above, and it all depends on the interior. Super paint is like all we use. That's like the level that they have. It's a lifetime warranty. On the outside, it's a little different. It all depends on the location of where we're going to be painting. So when we go to Lompoc, there's a paint called Resilience, which sets up and dries quicker when you paint. It's so foggy and overcast there all the time. You need something that dries a little bit quicker. Or in Pismo. Around here, super paint's great, duration's great, but yeah, I mean, we do have our preference. We don't go anything less than that, but yeah, it's, you know, we
Something to maybe consider when you're...
totally.
Okay.
Yeah, when you're a homeowner, you want to use, you know, listen, it's crazy. Some people try to cut corners with using materials. I mean, if you're talking 20, you're getting 20 gallons on some house, you know, on a house, so you're spending 40 or 30, you know, dollars a gallon. It is a big difference, but the amount of life that you're going to get out of it is so much worth it.
Quality. I've learned so much about paint recently.
Really? Have you?
It's just a night and day difference.
Yeah.
I think I bought my first paint at my condo was Kmart paint. you
Yeah.
know?
Oh,
And it's
totally.
like, I know a lot about paint now. So.
And you know how it is, like working with it, it's like some is like really watery and it runs, and then really quality paint you could just roll on there and it looks really nice. So it saves on time too. People have to understand that. I mean, if you know, it's like you got to have that cost breakdown too. So, yeah.
Well, thank you for all the great information.
Yeah.
And thanks for being with us. And
No, thank you for inviting me. I really appreciate it.
thanks. And if you have any further questions, my number is 805-714-8124.
And my number is 805-878-5056. Thanks for watching.
See you soon.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
To see more information, go ahead and click on that button, and you can reach me at 805-714-8124.
And my number is 805-878-5056.
Thanks for watching.
Yeah, we'll see you soon.
Bye.